With election season underway, there are great concerns about the rapid evolution of artificial intelligence and the spread of misinformation.
AI can be used to generate fake news articles, doctor pictures, and even generate convincing robocalls like this one that people in New Hampshire received right before their primary.
It's important that you save your vote for the November election. Voting this Tuesday only enables the Republicans in their quest to elect Donald Trump again.
Just in time for November's vote, Northwestern University researchers have launched a new platform to help us journalists detect these deep fakes. Joining us now to talk about that project, Professor V.S. Subramanian. Thank you so much for being with us. And we'll get right into it. If you can explain in layman's terms, if this is new to some of our viewers, how these deep fakes are created.
Well, the way these deep fakes work is quite simple. Imagine a child, say 4, 5, 6 years old, trying to draw a picture of her favorite animal. She draws something, probably not great, and her teacher sends back some comments. She learns from those comments, improves the picture a little bit, gets another set of comments, improves the picture a little bit, and this interactive, iterative process where the teacher and the child are interacting, after several iterations, produces a good picture. In the same way, what AI tries to do is to have a program called a generator, which is like the child, which generates a picture, and a program called a discriminator that decides whether that's a good picture or not. In this case, whether it's a real picture or a fake. And over time, the discriminator, like the teacher, provides feedback to the generator, like the student, and helps the student or the generator iteratively improve the quality of the images it generates. And the same thing applies to video, the same thing applies to audio. And over thousands and thousands of iterations, these two programs produce stuff that's really, really very good.
Professor, we want to help our viewers at home from getting we want to keep them from getting scammed. There are numerous reports of criminals using audio deepfakes to defraud ordinary Americans. How can we protect ourselves against this new kind of crime?
Well, the first thing is everybody who receives an audio call asking for money, asking for private information, need to exercise common sense. They have to be skeptical of anything that attempts to pressure them to do things on the spot. And of course, if, for example, somebody gets a phone call claiming to be a child who's been kidnapped or who urgently needs money, they need to verify the identity of that person in a common sense manner. They can ask questions such as, hey, do you remember where we ate with grandma yesterday? Or they could ask a question such as, which restaurant did we go to last week? And so those kinds of questions are things that the scammers are unlikely to know of and hence cannot respond to quickly. So rather than try and figure out if the actual audio call is a deep fake or not, which is not always easy for humans to do, I would suggest double checking with questions that only they and the person who's supposedly making the call would know the answers to.
That's a great tip and good to think about beforehand, right, before you find yourself in that situation. Professor, we know deepfakes have been used in elections here and abroad. We just heard that call earlier with President Biden's supposed voice. How can we protect our democracy from this kind of content going forward in the next few months?
Well, you guys in the press are the very first line of defense. There are fact-checking organizations such as PolitiFact, Snopes, that are looking in real time for scams or fake information. In addition, various news outlets have set up their own fact-checking units. There are also academics and others like me and others at Northwestern, and we've just launched this thing that you mentioned earlier called the Global Online Deepfake Detection System that is intended as a service to help journalists figure out what's real and what's fake. So I think it's going to basically require a combination of factors. The press and the media, such as yourselves, independent third parties, such as academics and nonprofits that seek to reduce disinformation and detect it as fast as possible. And third, regulations and law enforcement from the government. So we need a mix of all these factors to get this right, as well as a mix of technology, people, and process.
Professor Subramanian from Northwestern University, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.